Hello everybody and welcome to the Matrix Fitness live workout. My name is Matt Gleed and today we have got a great workout for you. We're going to be taking you through some conditioning work, some core work and also some combat work as well. So what we're going to be doing is a bodyweight workout. So you just need a little bit of space. You might like a mat or a towel just to place your hands or your elbows on later on, but we will facilitate that and give you time to grab one if you need it in a minute. So please join me for any of these 3 rounds of exercises. We will be doing 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds recovery, and we're going to take you for a warm-up now and a cool-down at the end as well. So the first thing we're going to do is just start to take your arms nice and wide. Just starting to create some mobility. We can take them to some diagonals as well. Reaching your arms nice and separate. What we're looking to do here is just to literally get your shoulders moving. Now some of the exercises that we're going to have a look at today are going to be some punching. We're also going to look at some jumping jacks as well. So we just want to create some mobility through that shoulder position as well. Okay, next we're going to do is just pivot at the feet. I just want you to rotate around, having your hands around about chest height and just moving from one side to the other, just to allow you just to create a little bit of movement from the ankles, through the hips and around the spine as well. One of the things that we're going to be doing is taking you through, let's say, some of those punches, but we're also going to get you to move on your feet as we're doing those as well. Now what we'll do is just take you into a little half squat. So just lower your hips down towards your heels, just so you can start to get a little bit of movement into your body. Now what we're looking to do here is just to get the blood flowing through those large muscles in the legs, the quadriceps, and then we can start to get you used to some big movements. I've got a few options later on of you, if you'd like to, adding in some jumps, but if you want to just stay with some low impact options, then I'll give you some of those variations as well. The next thing we're going to do is take a large step backwards, down towards the floor, and I'm just going to encourage you to lean backwards into that deep lunge. So take a large step back, a little lean backwards, come back to the center and back up. And you can use your arms just to counterbalance your body weight and allow you to maintain a little bit of control as you lean yourself back into that deep position as well. So just keep that range of movement going. If you don't want to add the lean back in because it makes you lose your balance, that's absolutely fine. It's just an option just to help stretch through the front of your hips just a little bit more, ready for some of the workouts that we do have coming up. Next thing we're going to do is to get your heart rate up a little bit more. I want you to get an imaginary skipping rope. And we're just going to get you on the spot, just pushing off the floor. Now the goal here is just to push your fitness level up a little bit more. So getting your heart rates up a little bit higher and just getting you moving a little bit quicker. As I said, we have got the option of you taking in a few jumps. So that way then you're going to be pushing off the floor. So this will get your calves working a little bit more and get you better prepared. Now just start to scissor the legs forwards and backwards. We're going to be coming into a similar exercise to this in a bit. So we just want to prepare you completely for the workout. Now just taking the feet side to side. Just keeping your heart rate up here. Okay, and relax there. Let's take you through a couple of punch combinations. So there's going to be a jab and a cross, a jab. Then we're going to jump 180 degrees and again, jab, cross, jab. Now when we're doing this one, every time you throw your hands, what I want you to do is I want you to pivot on your feet as well. So you're never static on the floor. I always want you moving your ankles every time you start to throw the punch. Okay? So it's a jab, cross, jab. Let's do the last couple. Jab, cross, jab. Okay, now the next one we're going to have a look at is a knee strike. So what we're going to do is stand in an athletic stance. We're going to pivot the feet over into a diagonal position and then drive your knee upwards. We'll do 3 and then pivot the feet and take it over the opposite direction. So drive your knee up here as well. Good, let's go again. Let's speed it up a little bit more. A nice dynamic movement just to get your heart rates up a little bit higher, but also just help prepare your body for some of the moves that we're going to be doing later on. Last ones, 3 knee strikes here. Good, and just shake your arms and legs. Now the first exercise I'm going to ask you to do is a step to the side, feet together, down into a squat, and let's take it over to the opposite side. So you get a big step, a little stretch in the thigh happens there. Down into that deep squat position, and we'll just take it from one side to the other. As you go down into that deep squat, starting to feel like you're going lower than what we did in the warm-up, and just progressing through this. Now the option that you have got is what you could do is stay a little bit lower. So we're staying low, squat even deeper. Stay low, squat even deeper on the sides. So that way then you can start to challenge the range of movement you've got and starting to get into a little bit of a stretch. Now, with what we're doing in terms of the exercises, we're going to go through 3 exercises, and that will complete each round. But we go through the exercises twice, so that way then you can learn them and then progress the different options that you'd like to as well. So the next move we're going to do is a scissor jump. So with 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back, what we're going to do is scissor these legs for 5 seconds, and then we're going to duck and weave away from somebody pretending to punch us. Okay, so let's scissor those legs going. You can see I'm driving my arms to try and keep my heart rate up, and then duck and weave from side to side. Let's go again. Scissoring those legs. It's about 5 seconds of cardiovascular work, and then a little bit of mobility. But I want you to just have a slight bend in your knees when you do these as well. So just duck underneath the punches that are being thrown towards you. Duck underneath the punches coming. Let's go again. Driving those arms just to get your heart rates up a little bit more. Let's go again. So just keeping a little bit of work, keeping the heart rate up, and then some mobility. Last one, duck and weave, and shake it out. We're going to take it down to the floor. You feel free to grab a mat if you like one. I'm going to not use one at this time, but when we come back down to these exercises, I will. Hold yourself up in a press-up position, and I want you with control, bringing one knee underneath your chest. So these mountain climbers is a great way of improving your condition. It's going to get you working through the upper body, and also activating through your core muscles as well. So take a nice big step back, realign your spine each time. Think about squeezing your butt cheeks and your quads tight when you're in this position, so you can make the actual position you're holding a hard position. We don't want your hips creeping up. We don't want you resting at any time if you can. However, if you want to come down to your elbows, and therefore you need your hips a little bit higher, or if you don't like being down into this position where your hands are on the floor, you can always go off the side of a table which is nice and secure, or even potentially to against the wall as well. Okay, relax there. Let's take you through those 3 exercises again. The first one is going to be the lateral step squat. Then we've got the scissor jumps with the boxing duck and weave, and then we'll go through those mountain climbs again. Now I'm going to show you a little progression, but first of all, this is the easy option. It's a step, and then it's a squat to the side. Okay, so step and squat if you want it. If you would like to make it a little bit harder, then stay low and then push off the floor. So keep yourself low and then push up nice and high. And what we're looking to do here is to stay in this athletic stance, stay low, push off, and think about extending your hips as you push off the floor into that jump. Trying to make it dynamic, so push off nice and quickly, and then just soften the knees as you land, keeping down nice and low if you can. The last 10 seconds, let's see if we can speed this up a little bit more. Good. Push your fitness if you can, but if you're happy just doing that step and squat, work to whatever level of fitness you've got. Okay, shake that. Now it comes with the scissor movement, and then the boxers duck and weave as well. So just shake out the hands, loosen up the legs, take yourself into that fight position, as if you're going to be literally protecting the head as those punches get thrown. Let's go. So driving the arms, and then it's a duck, and it's a weave, okay? Let's go for these. Drive those arms and legs, duck underneath, and weave again. Keep that moving. Imagine those punches are coming towards your head. You've got to duck underneath the arm of somebody coming towards you. You don't want to get caught by one of those punches. Good. Excellent. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Keep light on the feet. Slight bend in those knees as you get down into those positions. Duck and weave. Last ones. Duck and weave. Okay, we'll take it down to the floor. I'm going to grab my mat ready because after this mountain climber exercise, we're going to stay down on the floor for a little bit as well. So let's get your oars set up. Hands underneath your shoulders, up into a press-up position. Be really strong as you hold this position, and then start to bring those knees in. Now, I'm not looking for you to be quick here. I want it to be more controlled. This is your conditioning round, so I want you to get used to having your arms working, having your core tight, and just working with steady core control. As we move into our second round of exercises, we're going to focus on the core a little bit more, but we are going to maintain this working position of being on your hands and on your toes as well. So keep it slow and steady, squeezing your glutes in tight, squeezing your quads tight, especially as you extend the leg. eyes looking down, an imaginary line between your fingertips. And relax there. Okay, now bring yourself up to a standing position. I'm going to stand at the end of my mat, but you have the option of just standing in a position where you can walk forwards. Check this out. We're going to hinge from your hips. We're going to reach down towards the floor, walking your hands forwards into a press-up position. Then we're going to get you to push through your hands as you bring yourself back up to a standing position. Come with me. Hinging from the hips, walk your hands forwards into that strong press-up position. You're always just going to spend maybe just a little pause just to make sure that you're in a strong plank position here. So hold strong just for a second, then start to push yourself all the way back up. Let's go again. Good. Now you're going to start to feel a stretch coming down the back of your legs if you've got a little bit of tightness in your hamstrings. But for some of you who are really flexible, you might find that this doesn't work for you too much, apart from just getting good movement into your body as well. So let's take you down to the floor to do a side plank now. So rest your elbow underneath your shoulders. Your feet are going to be stacked upon each other. And what we're going to do is hold up a really strong side plank position. In 2, 1. Up here, hold strong. Now check this out. We're going to lower your hip towards the floor and then push yourself back up again. So just a nice controlled range of movement. Lower your hip down and push up strong. Keeping that big range of movement going. Now what we're going to do is about another 5 seconds of work here. Then I'm going to do a really quick transition over towards the other side. But you can literally just turn around if you want to. I'll tell you when to stop. Let's go again. Side plank position. Lower your hip towards the floor. Lift your hips back up again. So just getting that little hip drop down towards the floor and push back up. 10 seconds of work to go. Make sure you push your hips up as high as they can each time. Keep it strong. Good. And relax there. Okay, now staying on all fours. What we're going to do is that press up position. You're going to reach towards your toe. Back into a press up position and alternate towards the opposite side. Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. A strong position, hike your hips up, and then reach your fingertips to touch your toes. So it's a big mobility exercise, this one. You can see why we started to build into some of those squats. And also, I told you that we're going to be working through onto your arms quite a bit on these as well. So definitely going to be working your arms, especially as in our third round of exercises. That's where we're going to start to really push your fighting spirit a little bit more as well. Remember, you can always reach a little bit closer towards you. You don't have to actually touch the toes if that range of movement isn't available for your body. Work at whatever level you've got. Excellent. Okay. Let's do those again. So stand up nice and tall. We're going to hinge on the hips, walk the hands into that press-up position. So starting tall in 5, 4, 3. Okay, let's go. Hinge from the hips, lean forward, hands walk out in front of you into that press-up position. Just pause for a second, then push your hips back, walk your hands back towards your toes, and then bring yourself back up nice and tall. So it's much more about getting your body into a really strong plank position, hinge position, push away from the floor, then stand tall. As I say, for some people who've got tightness in their hamstrings, it's absolutely fine if you need to bend your knees as you bring yourself back up. It's not a problem at all. Anybody can do this exercise. We can always modify it. As long as you're safe and you're feeling good about your movement, you're doing a good job. Okay, now hold that position. Let's take it down to the floor. We're going to do our side plank, so feet on top of each other. We're going to hold up into a really strong side plank position. We're going to do those hip drops. So elbows underneath the shoulder. Feet are stacked on top of each other. Let's reach up high, create a strong fist, and then we'll start to move the hips up and down. So as always, we'll do about 20 seconds on this side. Then we're going to stop. I'll do a quick transition, but you can always just turn over as well. I'm just looking to get that big range of movement going again. Keep strong, keep reaching your hips high. Last one. Okay, here's the quick transition. Spin onto your bums. Feet on top, elbow underneath your shoulder. Back up into that strong plank position, pushing your hips up and down again. Keep that range of movement going. With just 10 seconds to go, don't rush this. It's much better to think about squeezing your butt cheeks and your quads tight and making the exercise hard and doing lots of movement, but you're not working too much. Okay, here's the point to the toes. So, press up position, keep a strong position here, and then we're going to reach towards your toes. Starting in 5, so get your feet underneath, shoulders above the hands, and then reach towards your toes, back into that press up position, and alternate to the opposite side. You're doing a great job if you can reach those toes. Eyes will look towards the toes as well. You'll find it's a great mobility move, but it can get tiring. So if you need to take a little break, that's absolutely fine. Just want you to work as hard as you can do. I'll lead you through the exercises, but anytime you need to grab a drink, that's absolutely fine. Keep those big range of movements going. Push yourself back. Get strong. Excellent. Okay, rest there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these mats. Just create a little bit of space. Okay, first move is the knee strikes. We did a little bit in the warm-up. We're going to pivot the feet to the side, strike your knee 3 times, then back to the center, pivot over to the opposite side, and drive the knees. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to really make that nice and dynamic. So big range of movement, quick pivot, and then over to the other side. Now, if you're starting to do these, I want you to either get a little bit aggressive with these. I want you to imagine it's somebody's head that you're grabbing, and then you're going to drive your knee right through them. If that's a bit too aggressive for you, take a balloon. It's absolutely fine. Push that balloon away with your knee. Your choice. It's a combat round, so I want you to feel like you're embracing as much work as you can do. Last 5 seconds to go. We'll get these ones in and then over to the opposite side. 2 more. Last one. You're there. Okay, next up we've got jumping jacks and an overhead squat. So the jumping jacks will be here. We'll do about 5 seconds of jumping jacks. Then what we're going to do, arms up above the head, down into a deep squat, and then bring it back up. And we'll be doing 2 overhead squats. Let's go. Jumping jacks to begin with. Getting your heart rate up. Let's go into those overhead squats. Arms reach up. Deep squat position. Bring yourself back up again. Good. Let's go. Jumping jacks. Now you've got the option, if jumping jacks isn't your bag, then what you can do is a step jack. So check this out. What we can do is step out to the side and alternate that. Okay, that's an option that you've got if you want to. If not, take the full jumping jacks. Let's do the overhead squats though. Good. Arms staying up high, then lower your hips down. Let's get those jumping jacks going. Just 5 seconds of work to go. Overhead squats. Lower your hips down towards your heels. Push yourself back up again. Okay, let's take back those punches. The jab and cross. And again, we'll do about 5 seconds of jabs and crosses. Then what I want you to do is I want you to do an undercut. And with the undercut, I want you to squat down. And I want you to come up and as you pivot to throw that punch, okay? So jab crosses, just like we did in the warm-up. Moving the feet, so they're getting a bit of ankle movement here. Now it's an uppercut. Good. And let's go jabs and crosses again. So pivoting the feet. Keeping the fists up next to your cheeks. Let's go uppercuts. Keep it strong. Good, jabs and crosses. Keep that movement. Keep your hands up close to your face. Uppercuts. Good. Come underneath and then just try and catch somebody's chin. That's what you're looking for. Jabs and crosses. Good, uppercuts. Good, jabs and crosses. Let's finish this off. One more time. Uppercuts. Excellent, excellent. Relax there. Okay, we're going to do this last round again. So, knee strikes, jumping jacks and overhead squats, and then it's the jab crosses and the uppercuts, okay? Let's get ready for these. 5 seconds to go. Pivot the feet to the side. Let's go with those knee strikes. Start to drive your knee up. Keep it strong. Pivot the feet over towards the opposite side. Big range of movement. Quick pivot on the feet. Drive that knee up nice and high. Quick pivot, and again, drive, drive, drive. Want you to work as hard as we can. Pivot, then over to the opposite side. Now, if you wanted to, I've got an option for you. You can take it to a kick, and then make sure you just take a little step back each time as well. So you've got the option to progress the exercises into a kick if you want to, or you can still go with those knees. Okay, your choice. It's the knee strike or the kick. Okay, last one's either side. Just over 5 seconds of work to go. Last one's here. Excellent. Okay, jumping jacks to overhead squats. You've got a little bit of time to recover. Shake the arms and the legs out. Coming down to your last 5 seconds. Remember, you've got the option of the jack, of stepping out to the side, or the full jumping jack if you want to. Let's go. So getting the heart rates up. This is your combat round, so I need your heart rates and I need your fitness. Okay, overhead squats, arms reach up, lower your hips down, keeping that strength. Let's jump it. And the overhead squats, arms reach up, lower your hips down, keep it strong. You're doing a good job here. Keep those jumping jacks going. Okay, here we go. Arms up, deep squats. 15 seconds to go. Let's keep working here. Keep it strong, keep it strong. Keep the speed up if you can. Remember, you've got the options of the half jacks if you need to. Arms up for the squat. Lower the hips down. Good. Last ones. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Here it is. The jab and the crosses. Okay? And then you've got the uppercuts. What if I was to throw in the hooks? Here's the hook. It comes as you pivot your foot, like always, and you're coming into the midline of the body, and we're looking to punch the side of the head, okay? Let's jab cross to begin with. Jab. Moving the feet. Keep yourself moving. Keep your ankles nice and loose. Okay, let's put in a couple of undercuts here. So good, 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 good. Okay, now let's go to our hooks. So pivoting, bending the elbow at 90 degrees, coming around to the side of the head. Just a nice bit of conditioning work here. Okay, let's take back to jabs and crosses. Good. Extend those arms, hitting straight in front. Run about screen height if you've got it up high. If not, think about some of these head height uppercuts. Let's get underneath here. Pivot off the feet. A little bit of a squat position as you explode up. Now hooks. I've got 5 seconds of hooks for you. Let's get these moving. Keep pivoting off the feet. Keep explosive power and speed in the arms. And you are there. Good job. Loosen yourself up. Good job, guys. I hope you're out of breath a little bit because that would have conditioned you if you really went for the speed there. So first thing I'm going to do is an up dog and a down dog. So I'm just creating a little bit of space. I'm going to lean forwards, walk my hands forwards, so I can get into this nice deep position, lowering my hips down towards the floor. Here you can go, dropping your knees onto the floor, lift your chin and chest up. So now from here, you're going to push into your hands and try and leave yourself so your hips are high, you're looking towards your feet, and you're getting a stretch in the back of the legs. Now, because of all the little movements that we've been doing, we want you to pedal the heels a little bit. Just to get a nice stretch through the calves. Good work. Okay, now from here, lower your hips down, lift your chin and chest. Now this time I'm not going to put my knees on the floor. I'm just going to suspend myself up slightly, roll my shoulders back and down. Let's go to the downward facing dog again. So push through the hands, hips go up high, looking towards your toes. Now one foot comes up to the top of where the hand is. Now push the back heel away and reach your arm up high. There we are in our world's greatest running stretch. The key to this one is pushing the back heel away. Now bring that hand down inside your foot, back to the downward facing dog, and over to the opposite side. And again, reach your arm up high, push the back heel away, keep that long, strong, straight reaching position. You're doing a great job there. Okay, bring that hand back inside, bring your knees together. What I want you to do is just slowly roll up to your spine, bring yourself back up to a standing position, shaking your body out a little bit. Feet a little bit wide, bring your hands together, reach them up, and then have a little side bend for me. Now, because of the punching work we've been doing, we've been working through the sides, around some of the back muscles, around some of these obliques as well, so I want to get a nice stretch for the sides. Let's take it over to the opposite side, reaching with your arms up high, keeping your body facing forwards, doesn't rotate. Good, slowly bring yourself back up again. Good. Let's take a quad stretch here. So just bring your feet together. Take one foot in the palm of your hand. If you need to hold on to something, whether it be a table, a chair, or something at home that you've got, something just to be nice and stable, that's fine. Try and extend through your hip. With all those little mini squats, I want to make sure we get a nice stretch through the front of the hip where you've been working. Excellent. Let's give that a little shake and swap it over to the opposite side. Again, bring your knees together, extend through the hip. Keep yourself up as nice and tall as you can. Yeah. Okay, shake yourself up there. Brilliant. Take your hands behind you link them together. What I want you to do is I want you to lift your chin and chest up nice and tall, just so you can feel a nice stretch through the chest muscles. And just slowly relax those out. My name's Matt. Thank you for joining us for this Matrix Fitness live workout. I hope you've enjoyed it. We will see you now next week, next Tuesday, and we'll be back again next Thursday. 7:45 in the morning for the early birds, 12 o'clock lunchtime class, or at 5 o'clock just when you guys are hopefully finishing some work and enjoy your evening. Thanks everybody. See you soon. Take care.